Right, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are at Hotel Las Vegas in Salou, and I'm just going to walk through a quick review of this hotel, show you the room, show you what's around the hotel, show you whereabouts it is, which location it's in. We've actually come here in May half term, the UK May half term, and we wanted to come to visit PortAventura World, which I'll talk about in a bit, and then just spend a couple of days in the sun. I don't think Salou is really known for having multiple high-level kind of hotels. So you're not going to find big five-star resorts here, but this hotel is actually really nice. It's really surprised me. I actually only booked it last week because I was going to stay in the Hotel Salou Costa Dorada, which is kind of up near the park. But I'm so glad that I actually booked this one instead. It looks a lot better and it's not actually that far from the park. So when you come to this hotel, you walk in, you walk up some steps, you walk into the kind of reception area. It's got a nice reception area. There's kind of like lots of weird art everywhere in this hotel, but it just kind of, it's quite quirky, but it just kind of works. And then as you go into the reception, you go around, they've got a bar. The bar here is actually really good and really cheap. It's kind of, I would say, it's almost the same price or cheaper than a lot of the bars that's just outside of this hotel, which is unusual for a hotel. And there's also lots of like really nice sort of seating areas all in the reception area. You've also got a kind of outdoor seating area which overlooks the pool. This hotel has actually got 4 pools. So there's a big pool out the front of the hotel. There is another kind of pool that's next to the games room. And then, which is kind of smaller, but it's kind of cool, kind of private. There is a dedicated children's pool. And next to that children's pool is actually a kids club. And also next to that is a gym and a spa. The gym is quite small and you have to book the gym to be able to go into it. You can't just walk into it. And then the final pool is on the top floor. It's a rooftop pool. And it's actually really nice up there because you get beautiful views over to the beach. They've got a pool bar up there. And like I say, we're visiting at end of May. The pool opens at 9. You cannot go there any earlier than that and put all your towels on and get ready. Pool opens at 9. You walk in, put them on. We're here at the end of May. There was no one there when we went there this morning at like 9:30. So we just walked in, got a sunbed, and it was really easy. I imagine if you come back here in August, it would be really hard to get sunbeds down at the front, up at the main, up in the pool on the roof. That's just normal when you go to hotels. A couple of things about though, the one on the roof, you have to be 15 or over to go in that one. And the one that is next to the games room, you have to be 18 plus to go in that one as well. So for kids, you have your own dedicated kids one, then you've got a kind of mixed one out the front. And then the other two have age restrictions on them. One of the things I would say with the pool on the roof is I just think they've missed a massive opportunity with this because the pool shuts at 7. What they could have up there is a bar with music on. You could watch the sunset as from the rooftop bar, and it would just be really great atmosphere with a bit of music up there. But they shut it at 7. And they lock the door and you can't go back out onto the roof, which is a shame. And then it's got a restaurant here. We have only done bed and breakfast, but I think you can do lunch and dinner as well. The breakfast is really nice. A great selection, loads of like cakes and sweets and like cooked breakfast and cereal and toast and bread and just everything. And they got proper Nescafe, like Nespresso, I think it's called, coffee machines if you like coffee, and it's just a really nice breakfast. Breakfast opens at 7:45, finishes at 10:30. So as I said, they got a games room here. It's got 3 games, 3 pool tables. It's got some kind of games machines. And there's a guy here that seems to run the entertainment. And if he's in there when you're in there, he unlocks the pool table for you and gives you free games. So that's quite nice because the pool is €2 per game. And then all the other games machines in there are €1 per game, which is actually pretty good. Now at 5 o'clock every day, that guy disappears and he goes and does bingo. So there's bingo every day at 5 o'clock. It's free to enter. And I think you can win a if you get a line, you get like a free sangria, and if you get a full house, you get some other alcoholic drink. So it's just for a bit of fun, but a lot of people join in and play that. And this guy does other games and things around the pool as well. Right, so onto the room. You kind of come in the room. It's got one of these things. You do actually need to put that in there so you can get extra room keys if you want. I always have, because I'm sad and I do stay in a lot of hotels, I always have one of them in my wallet, which is just a blank one. I can put it in there, don't need to worry about the keys. Right, the bathroom, straight into the bathroom, and the bathroom's actually pretty nice. Don't really get the tile configuration because it kind of goes white tiles and then grey tiles in the shower, but that's not really an issue. Most important thing for me is decent shower, and the shower is decent for a hotel. It's got a decent amount of power, and you can have one of them sort of overhead shower things or the shower head. It does also come with shower gel, shampoo and conditioner. Toilet, bidet, standard stuff in a Europe hotel. Hairdryer, I've not used there. And sink, what more do you want? Right, through here, you've got a wardrobe. In the wardrobe, there is a safe, standard stuff. Extra pillows, didn't even notice that. Extra pillows, if you want extra pillows. And you got a mirror, and it's pretty modern in here, I would say. So we've got kind of like 2 single beds, wife and daughter's in another room. They've got a double bed that size. You've got a TV here. The TV shows BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, and BBC Four. That is it. But there is good Wi-Fi in the hotel. It does about 30 meg upload, 30 meg download. And if you bring a Fire Stick, nice and accessible. HDMI slots in there. Plus, the only problem is with your Fire Stick is there's no plug socket, so make sure you'll have to plug it into the USB slot that's on the side of that TV as well. So you just be able to do USB into HDMI, job done. Right, you got a fridge, and I don't know why the fridge has got that key on it. It doesn't matter. It's fairly decent. It's a standard sort of like Spanish fridge, but it's actually pretty cold. It takes a little while for things to get cold, but it is actually pretty decent. In terms of charging, you got basically one of these, same configuration, either side of the bed, so you can each have your chargers. There's no USB charging or anything like that. There's a weird kind of light dimming system which you have to use. It's not a light switch. And you've got a small set of drawers down there, which is a little bit odd, not use those. And the beds are actually reasonably comfortable as well. And you get like nice pillows. Cleaners come in every day, clean the room. It's a really nice modern space. Right, so onto the balcony. One thing of the balcony, like in a lot of these hotels, when you open the door, the air conditioning stops working, so don't leave this out. Now, with this hotel, you can either have a pool view room or you can have a non-pool view room. We've gone for a non-pool view room, although you can see the pool of another apartment block down there below. You can also see in the distance there Ferrari World. And you kind of get a view over the kind of like, I don't know what it is, city, and then you get the mountains in the background, which are actually pretty cool, because at night time, it kind of, when it's dark, it all sort of like lights up. You see the sort of houses on it. 2 chairs and a table, pretty standard for a balcony. What I will say is the pool view rooms, you have to pay more for them, but what I find with that pool view room, if you've got a high floor, like floor 5 and 6, I think it is, you actually get quite a nice view out to the sea. If you get a lower floor pool view room, I don't think it's any better than this, because there's all these sort of like trees in the way. You can't really see the beach, and you're actually quite close to the pool. You're also at the front of the hotel, which I think will probably be noisier than what you get out the back here. I wouldn't pay extra for a pool view room here, because I actually quite like the view to the mountains and over to the city. And if you want to look at a pool, there's another pool next door if you really need to. There are also junior suites here, which is another room. It's on the top floor, and they've actually got much bigger balconies, and they've got a hot tub on the balcony as well. When we're staying here, to stay in one of those rooms, it's about twice the price of what we've paid for this standard room. So in terms of this hotel's positioning, it's right kind of near everything. You've got like bars and restaurants. You're right by the beach as well. It's just like a couple of minutes walk and you're at the beach. Couple of minutes walk, you're at bars and restaurants. There is a supermarket right opposite. It's just one of those kind of small supermarkets. If you want a kind of more mainstream, bigger supermarket, it's about a 5-minute walk up the hill. With regards to parking at this hotel, there is parking outside in what's called these kind of blue zones. Now between June 1st and I think it's all October the 1st, you have to pay for those zones, and it's paid per hour. We're actually here last week of May, as I said, so we don't have to pay, and you can park in those for free for as long as you want. I think if you're coming here between June and October, particularly in August, it would be quite tricky to park out here. Might be quite expensive. There is no parking at this hotel. As I said before, our reason for coming here was to go to PortAventura World, which is the theme park that was here. And we actually walked there because it's warm, but it's not really hot. It took us about 25 minutes to walk to PortAventura World from here. It's a pretty nice, easy walk. It's just over there. It's right next to Ferrari World. So yeah, 25-minute walk up there. I would say, just while I'm talking about that, in terms of PortAventura World, it's actually a really good park. I would say it's probably better than the parks in the UK. It's not on Florida level, but there are actually some pretty good rides there, and it's nice just being able to walk around a theme park that's nice and warm. It's not raining like it is in the UK, and you don't really get the thunderstorms like you do in the US. So it's actually a really nice park. We went there for one day. We actually got fast passes. I'd recommend you do that in the summer. They are expensive, but if you're just going there for one day, you just walk straight to the front of the queue and you just get to go on everything. That's just my choice. I cannot stand queuing. So that is just a really quick review of the Hotel Las Vegas. I still haven't quite worked out why it's called Hotel Las Vegas. There are other hotels just around the corner from here called Hotel San Francisco and Hotel Los Angeles. When I first saw this and I thought Hotel Las Vegas, I thought it was going to be kind of like bright lights, tacky, like Las Vegas. There is nothing about this that screams Las Vegas. The only thing I can think is that they're thinking of the old Spanish term Las Vegas. I have no idea why this hotel is called Hotel Las Vegas. So my view on this hotel is it is really nice. I would stay here again 100%. It's pretty good value for money, at least in the week that we've traveled. It's got a great location. It's within walking distance to PortAventura World, and it's just got a real nice feel about it, and I would 100% stay here again. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.